This is Laurent. You are a high recommended speaker in France. What is your topic you are speaking about in your country?
I'm speaking about leadership and management, and I am honored to be the French president of the French Professional Speakers Association.
Excellent. And what was the reason you came to the United States to join the National Speakers Association of the US?
As you know, that National Speakers Association and French Professional Speakers Association, they are all members of the IFFPS.
What is the IFFPS?
International Federation for Professional Speakers. It's really important for French people and European people in general just to see what's happening in all the countries. And the US Convention, the New York Convention, it's a great opportunity for each speaker to see what's happening, especially in Germany, but as well as in Singapore, Malaysia, or other countries like Canada or United States.
Laurent, where do you see the difference between us Europeans and the American speakers?
That's a great question, Lothar, because if we compare United States to France, we have a really established profession in the United States, which is a really new profession in our country, France. If we compare this to the content and the inspirational speaker, we have much more inspirational speakers in the United States, and we need to have some more content in France. So the balance we have to work on is to be sure that we can bring to our audience many content, lots of things, but with some motivation and some good points. I think it's quite the same in Germany.
What can we from Europe specifically can learn from the US?
What we can learn is probably the organization. Look, we are here about 2,500 people, and all the people are always on time at each session. And believe me, in France it's not the case.
Not really?
I know that in Germany it's the case, it's not the case in France, never, you know. The organization is something great, and the way people are behaving, people are really, it was great. Great listening, good tricks, a good opportunity to express themselves. And we have to learn a lot about this. So I think we are an emerging profession in our country, and we have to develop this with our great members. And believe me, we already are 38 members in France. We are located in Paris, and we will have a great convention generally in March each year. So you are really welcome to come to see us in France, Lothar.
Merci beaucoup.
With great pleasure.
Laurent, you have been here in New York since Monday. What did you already learn about speaking or about the US culture?
Several things. I mean, it's my 7th time in New York, so I used to come here in the country and specifically in this city. Whatever it is, comparing to the speaker job, when we go to the workshops, we can learn as well as on the tips we are speaking about, but also the way people are working on, the way they are managing the audiences, the way they tend to help people to participate. And that's something we have to really develop in our country. Believe me, but most of the speakers in France, they are just sitting behind a chair with with lots of dust microphone. They just speak about experts or like experts. I think we have to skip off all the chairs and all these tables and all these old microphones just to come with the ear microphones and to develop this. And Americans are great like that. Whatever it is, I think that Europeans are good. I was to the London Convention in November as well, and people are great as well. So it's probably a question of culture, and we can compare what we see here about speakers to what we saw 20 years ago in France about coaching. And I think we have to develop and to enhance this profession in our country.
So could there be a paradigm shift in speaking and training in France?
I would say that training is very well developed in France. Speaking, it's not so developed, but the demand is very, very hard and very strong. Let me give you some example.
Please.
In the past 15 days, we have 8 demands for speakers in our country from major companies like Société Générale, AXA, could be L'Oréal or something. So these companies are huge companies and they need good speakers, as well as in French, but also in other languages, specifically in English, obviously. So if we have to compare training and speaking professions, they have to be linked probably. And we have to develop all this. Whatever it is, in speaking business, we have everything to do and to develop yet.
Laurent, my last question is, where do you see the difference between training and speaking?
I would say the trainer will have these both elements about inspirational and content. The trainer will develop the competencies of a group of 10 or 20 people during a long time, which is 8 hours time during one day with workshops, role plays. The speaker is just going to come during 45 minutes or 1 hour and a half and will develop a keynote speech. And I think it's not the same. It's not the same job. It's not the same attitude. You have to develop the show-off program. You have to be on stage. You have to manipulate the microphone. You have to develop your storytelling. You have to develop your content specifically for the audience. I would say the main difference there.
Let me add one more question. You are, yes, you are experienced, you are a professional, and you are a successful speaker. Do you have some ideas or tips for younger speakers? What can they do to become successful in Europe?
I would say the main thing is to be natural and just do what you best do. Do not try to copy the other one. Do not try to speak about a problem or a question you're not an expert, you're not really fond of it. You have to speak with your stomach and to develop your content on your best things. And that will be my example and my tip.
Great. Merci beaucoup. Vive la France.
Merci beaucoup. Et vive l'Allemagne. Thank you, Lothar. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. See you again. Bye. Au revoir.